The town of Hollow Creek had always been quiet. Too quiet. Its streets, lined with old, crumbling houses, whispered secrets to those who dared to listen. People spoke in hushed tones about the abandoned mansion at the edge of the forest, the Blackthorn House. No one had lived there for decades, yet at night, faint lights flickered in its windows, and eerie shadows moved behind broken curtains. Some claimed to hear voices echoing through the halls, calling names long forgotten. 17-year-old Alex had always been curious. He was different from the others, fearless in a way that both intrigued and worried his friends. On a chilly October evening, with a blood-red moon hovering over the sky, Alex decided to confront the mansion. His friends warned him, saying the house was cursed, that people who entered never returned. He ignored them. He carried only a flashlight and his camera, wanting proof of the supernatural, determined to see the truth for himself. The front gate groaned as he pushed it open, a sound so loud it seemed to echo through the forest. The path to the mansion was overgrown with weeds, tangled roots grasping at his feet like skeletal hands. With every step, the air grew colder, and a faint whisper seemed to circle around him, soft and almost seductive. "Come in. Stay." A sudden chill ran down his spine, but he pressed on, each step heavier than the last. Alex reached the porch, where the door hung slightly ajar. He hesitated, then pushed it open. Dust and decay filled the air. Broken furniture lay scattered, and cobwebs draped the corners like tattered curtains. But it wasn't empty. Faint footprints appeared in the dust, leading up the grand staircase. The walls creaked as if the house itself were alive, breathing and watching. "Hello?" Alex called, his voice trembling slightly. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, echoing through the walls. Shadows flickered at the edges of his vision, vanishing whenever he tried to look directly at them. He climbed the stairs, each step groaning under his weight, until he reached the second floor. There, he found a room with walls covered in old photographs. They were of people, strangers yet familiar, their eyes blackened out, their mouths twisted in silent screams. As he examined them, the room seemed to close in around him. The whispers became words, chanting in a language he couldn't understand. The temperature dropped sharply and his breath became visible. A low thumping echoed from behind the walls, rhythmic like a heartbeat, growing faster with every second. Then he saw her, a girl, pale and ethereal, standing at the far corner of the room. Her eyes were dark voids, and her hair floated as if underwater. She raised a hand, pointing to a large mirror against the wall. Alex felt an irresistible pull toward it. He approached slowly, his reflection flickering unnaturally. As he looked into the mirror, his reflection moved independently. It smiled at him, a sinister, knowing grin, and whispered, "You shouldn't have come." Suddenly, the mirror cracked, and a shadow lunged from it, wrapping around him like a living cloak. Alex screamed, but no sound came out. The shadow dragged him into the glass, and the room went silent. The photographs on the walls rippled, faces twisting and melting into darkness. Outside, the mansion seemed calm again, almost peaceful. The townspeople never saw Alex again. His camera was found on the porch, the last photo showing his terrified face, twisted in a way that was not entirely human. Some claimed the photos in the mansion had changed, showing new faces, new victims. Months later, children whispered about the new shadow in Blackthorn House. Some said it moved in the mirror, waiting for the next curious soul. On nights when the blood-red moon hung low, faint whispers could be heard through the town, calling, "Come in." Stay. No one dared to answer. Summary: Alex, a fearless teenager, explores the abandoned Blackthorn house despite warnings. Inside, he encounters supernatural shadows and a mysterious girl who lures him to a cursed mirror. A dark entity pulls him into the mirror, making him vanish. The mansion remains haunted, with whispers inviting others into its deadly trap.